First of all, I'm thrilled to meet you here in this PSA autonomous shuttle in our technical center here in Vélizy, and I really very much appreciate the opportunity to discuss with you about autonomous vehicle. And as a starter, I read while preparing this chat that you were saying that the vehicle will never be 100% autonomous. There will be always a few percentage points left to the human judgment. Could you please elaborate on that? What are the parts of the autonomous vehicle dynamics that will be left under human judgment from your perspective?
If we are talking about the technology today that we define as 1 to 5 basically, I mean what I'm saying is that 5 will never exist. It will never exist because the level of attention that is needed by a human when he or she drives is much more than whatever machine one day can achieve. Plus the 6 p.m. I mean, if you just set an autonomous vehicle there,
it will stop.
It's going to stop. It's not going to advance an inch, right? Because it's going to try to follow the rules. And by definition, when you are at 6 p.m. on the Place de l'Étoile, you don't follow the rules. This is something else. This is sociology. This is
permanent eye contact. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So you need to negotiate.
Absolutely.
This is a negotiation thing.
Yes. It's also very interesting to match this kind of judgment with the fact that in our Western societies, everybody is looking for total safety. And of course, as we know well, 100% does not exist in nature. And the point here is when you are going to look for this 100%, it will lead to what? It will lead to standstill. Exactly. Nothing moves, as you said. How will we balance this in terms of talking to the society, to the citizens, to the consumers, saying, sorry, 100% safety does not exist, but this certainly will be better than any other human behavior. But how do we talk to them on this matter?
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, all the technologies, whatever it is, all the tools, whatever they are, I mean, we need to educate. So we need to bring back, the people to the reality, to tell them, look, I mean, an autonomous car, level 4, will be great. Will be much better than any human, drinking, some alcohol or texting while driving and doing all that, because it's going to be focused on the task and it's going to be much, much better than us. And most likely, if we have 3,000 people that are dying today in France, on the road of France every year, I mean, most likely we can, have 90% of those things that are going to be avoided, thanks to the technology. But for that, we need to still understand that there will be some other accidents. And one thing that is, on your lap is actually to explain to the people, how your algorithms are working. Of course, some people are going to ask, I mean, in your case, when you are going to build those cars, what choice are you going to make? What are the algorithms that you are programming you are going to do when they are in front of a difficult situation?
Indeed, the ethical decisions are the most difficult one because, of course, again, there is no reference case. When there is a problem, and we have seen this recently, citizens look at their governments and their administration and say, oh, look, what do you do about this? And I don't think there is any government in the world that is ready to express what the validation means, and beyond that, to express what would be their decision in terms of ethics.
Regulation is always late. And you cannot ask the governments, to be aware of what is happening and to know exactly what is happening with the technology, because they are not in the technology at the time where it's starting. This is where you and the people that are creating the technologies, they have to work with the government to educate them as well. And the government, by the regulation, will then educate the population.
Absolutely. How do you see the cost of all of those technologies to prevent the fact that we end up with a highly technological dense products that are only affordable for a few, for shuttles and robotaxis, and there we see a business model. But of course we are assuming that those products, those mobility devices will be so expensive that their cost will be shared among the community and not by one single individual.
And the reality is like every new technology, could be color television, or you can take any of them. At the beginning, it's always a luxury item, always. What is very interesting in this particular domain of the autonomous vehicle and this economy that we are actually creating a new kind of economy. This is a shared economy that we are talking about.
Sure.
And I'm sure that we are going to invent new mobilities, new business cases that we don't have today because we still don't understand exactly what all we can do with all those things.
I think that this is an exciting period of breakthroughs and changes and challenges, and that also opens a lot of opportunities for companies like ours. It's not only about threats or being pushed in the back. That's okay. We are here to be agile, and we want to be very agile. At the same time, we are a very ethical company. We care about people, and we want to make things right. And I see that when we get close to ethics, then a corporation like ourselves cannot be alone. It has to be something that is driven by the society. I completely agree with you. Thank you. It was great to discuss with you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.